Welcome everyone to the latest update from ur.technology. My name is Eiland Glover, if you don't already know, and I am the co-founder and CEO of ur.technology. We have several things we wanted to address today, so I'll probably jump right in. If you join us a little bit later, don't worry, you can always watch these videos on YouTube later. So, as many of you already know, today we launched a new feature that has to do with send ur, and send ur is allows you to take your ur, send it around to other users or outside of the ur network. And what we've done is we've instituted a 90-day waiting period for new members to the network. That means that during the first 90 days after they join, they'll be able to send ur around to friends, family, anyone who's in the ur network, just like you would be able to with PayPal. But they will not be able to send ur outside of the ur Money app network. So we've done this for several reasons. The first one is that many of our leaders and many of our users around the world have requested that we institute this change. One of the major reasons is that they are concerned that people who are signing up for the ur Money app and getting their ur currency are focused too much on making a quick buck. And that's a shame really for not only for the ur community as a whole, but also for those individual users, because they're not getting enough chance to become familiar with how ur really works and to see the proper way to really build their own ur wallets. So that freeze will be in place for 90 days for any new members who are signing up as of today. And then for existing members, it will be a 60-day period since they've already been with us for a little while. The other purposes are, we want to, well, I already addressed that. We want to incentivize everyone to have a longer term outlook with regards to building the ur community. And we want to give people a chance to be educated about cryptocurrency or how to use it, how to benefit from it, and so on. The other big update that we have this week is that you now may have noticed, if you've been inside your ur Money app, that you can see your referrals. So initially this morning, we had lots and lots of information about referrals, including their emails and contact telephone numbers. Some of that you're probably going to see come out of the app for those who are the referrals of your referrals for privacy reasons, and we'll be building a way for you to contact them easily in the future so that we can encourage people who are partially through the process of signing up and getting their ur to complete that process. We can educate them, we can answer any questions, and let them know that they are joining a part of a bigger community, and they'll be able to get support from us as they go along. As far as that referral info feature is concerned, what you want to do is you can go into your referrals. You'll see several different statuses, by the way, and I want to explain what those are. One of them is if the user is disabled. So disabled means that for whatever reason, our security team has found that user is doing something incorrectly, attempting to do something fraudulent, and their wallet has been totally disabled. So you will not be able to contact that user, and they will not be able to move forward for whatever reason. Now, if they have a legitimate reason if they were a legitimate user and they've been disabled for no good reason, they can always contact customer support and get that worked out. Another one is fraud suspected. So if there's fraud suspected indicated on the user's account, that means that they haven't quite yet been disabled, but because of some factors in our security systems, there is a suspicion that maybe that account is fraudulent. Bonus received means that they have gone all the way through the ID verification process. The bonus has been processed, and they've received their 2,000 ur, so they're fully ready to go, ready to refer their friends and so forth. There's another category of bonus received that is bonus received prior to ID approval requirements, and that just means there were about 10 or 11,000 users who completed their sign-up process, open their wallets, receive their bonuses before the ID verification process was launched. You won't see very many of these, and going forward, you'll see no more new bonuses received without having ID documents approved. Identification documents not provided. Now, this is an important category because this means you may have someone you referred who has gone through many of the steps of the process. They've looked at the app, and so on, but they have, for whatever reason, either not submitted their ID documents for approval, or maybe something went wrong when they tried to submit them. So this group of users would be one definitely to reach out to and help them understand what's going wrong. Maybe they have some confusion about getting through the sign-on process, or some concern regarding their IDs, some concern regarding personal information, how we keep that secure. Whatever it may be, we want to continue the conversation with these users so that we can get them onboarded into the ur.money app safely, securely, and so that they can receive their bonuses and then refer others and continue to build their ur wallets. There's also a couple of other categories that I'm not going to go into detail right now. If you have any additional questions on what these statuses mean as you go through and explore that referral section of your app, please let us know. By Slack is preferable. All right, another update for this week, we've added the country of Mozambique. So those of you who have referrals in Mozambique, please let them know that they can now get their SMS codes and complete their process. I also wanted to update all of you about our user growth. It's been very tremendous. It's very nice to see. ur is operating as it's meant to be. There are people around the world, and I think over 100 countries at this point, who have invited their friends and family, and who are helping others become introduced to cryptocurrency, build their ur wallets, and get connected with this community. So we really appreciate all of your efforts. At current, after about 3.5, 4 weeks of since we relaunched the app, we have 5,800 new users who've gone through the ID verification process, and that number continues to grow constantly. So thank you very much for that. Let's see here. I'm going to look at a couple of other these items that Roman provided me with from our ur.money Slack channel. One is the users would like for us to explain how they can use the new referral feature in order to contact other people who may not have been through the process. So thank you for bringing this up, Roman. It's important that we use this tool to legitimately help people, not to harass them, right? So you may either now or earlier today have had access to information like emails and so forth. The best practice, we think, for all of you to help spur people and help them through the process, the sign-up process, is to connect with them through whoever it was who referred them directly, because they have the personal relationship. So whenever possible, please try to go directly to those people who you personally referred and ask them to help communicate with the people that they have referred on down away from you. We'd like for you to be able to use this new tool to help us do a couple of things. One, obviously, to help people complete their process, but also many of you have been doing a wonderful job of educating people as they go through the sign-up process about the ur community, what it's all about, how to benefit from it, and so on. So please use this tool in a very, very positive way and avoid any behavior that you wouldn't appreciate yourself, right? So you may not appreciate someone calling you to harass you, to tell you to hurry up and finish your ID verification, someone you've never met before or heard from in life. Okay, moving on to the next item. Yes, so we are having to turn down and reject many, many sign-up applications. And this is bad for several reasons. One is it wastes the time of the user. They have to go through many additional steps. They have to take new photos. They have to resubmit those. They have to wait longer. And those resubmissions, of course, kind of go to the end of the line, which is frustrating. And it's not helpful to you as you go out and try to get people signed up and through the process entirely. So please, please, please emphasize to them that they need to include very, very clear photos and make sure that they're as clear as possible. Clean off your camera lens, and then also make sure that there's lighting in the room so that we can actually see and read their photos, compare their images to their IDs, and get them through swiftly. So yes, there also have been people who have been banned based on their signups. So when some of your users, decide to submit 3 pictures of their own face, or they submit a cartoon character and maybe the front and back of an ID, but not a selfie holding the ID. A lot of times these users just get banned. They just get rejected. And so this will be a problem for them later when they realize, wow, I should have taken this more seriously. And now they're banned, and they're going to have to go through a more lengthy, complicated process to get back into the UR community. So please emphasize to them that not only is it a big time waster for us and for them, but also it could result in their losing access to the UR community for quite some time. All right. The next item is a clarification people are asking for a clarification on exactly what they need to get their application approved very, very rapidly. So what you need is a government issued ID. Now this is not a student ID. It's not a note from grandma. It's not an unofficial piece of paper that says who you are, not a utility bill or anything like that. It's an official government ID. That could be a passport, a driver's license, and so on. You'll see a list. Well, Roman, you'll have to tell me where the list for them is so they can see what's allowed and what's not allowed. I believe that it's reported to you as you go through the sign-up process in the app. So that's very important that you actually use an accepted ID when you go through the process. Again, you have to do the front and the back of that ID. Now, some of the national IDs don't really have anything on the back. It doesn't matter. Submit it anyway. Finally, you have to have a picture of yourself, a selfie, holding that exact same ID in a way that we can clearly read the ID and also clearly see your face. So these things sound very straightforward, but if you don't have the proper lighting, or if your camera is obscured, you can actually end up getting rejected and having your application delayed. So as you go out, those of you who have already completed this process, please emphasize to your referrals that they need to be careful as they go through in order to make this speedy for everyone. Okay, there's also another issue we wanted to address, and that is, okay, it says that when you send back emails, sometimes users are sending perfect IDs and selfies, but the email is not matching with their initial email. So you want to use your official email with your own name. If you have one with your own name, that makes the process much easier, because the system will be comparing your email to the previous email that you used to sign up and seeing if it's the same person, and also whether it includes your name. And these things also make it easier for us to get you through the process more quickly. All right. The next item regarding signups is that if you are, let's say you are referring one of your family members, and there's a husband and wife, let's say, and they both typically use the same email. You will not be able to establish an account. If the husband establishes an account with that email, then his wife will not be able to establish an account with the exact same email. She will need her own email that's distinct from the one that was used by her husband. The system will not allow for multiple accounts to be set up using the same email. So please be aware of that. Let's see what's next here. So if you, some users have tried to refer themselves, and it's obvious those users are trying to generate more bonuses for themselves. They use a slightly different email. They resubmit with different identification documents. And what's going to happen if, when you get caught doing that, is you're going to be banned from UR for a very long time, at least 12 months. And these are going to be crucial 12 months. So, cryptocurrencies in general are going mainstream. We see that here in the United States, especially as the price of Bitcoin climbs, as it has over the last few weeks. and you don't want to miss out on this very, very key time in the history of currency. We are in the phase of mass adoption for cryptocurrency, and UR is the only cryptocurrency available that has removed all barriers for distribution to people all around the world. So please don't self-refer or attempt to self-refer, because we'd hate to see you missing out on this tremendous growth period of cryptocurrency, and also of UR, the cryptocurrency that is created for the people all around the world. So let's see what's next. Some of you have asked about marketing materials, and we're actually having quite a few meetings here in Nashville next week. One of those, or one of the days, will be devoted to covering things like the brand, the UR brand, and the types of materials and the ways that we communicate with you and the ways that you can communicate with others. That means an improved website, possibly some materials for you to print out and distribute to people in your local communities. That's not available quite yet, but we are working on it, so please stand by as we prepare those for you. Let's see here. Okay, any other new features that we've had? I'm looking through our list here today, and I don't see any that are very, very large that would concern you guys too much. So with that, I'm going to now check and see if there have been any questions from you. Let's see here. All right, Roman, are we on, which channel are we on with the questions? I'm on the webinar channel, Roman, in case there are any questions that you want to tell me about. Okay, here's the first one. This is from Olufemi. When will UrPay be introduced? Okay, that's a really great question. UrPay, for those of you who don't know, is the merchant solution that we've been working on here at ur.technology. So this first phase of the UR rollout is the UR Money app, which many of you are already using. And that is because we believe that before you can have a cryptocurrency that's really universal and useful and stable for people around the world, you need to actually have a mechanism to get that into the hands of people around the world. But once you have the cryptocurrency in your hands and in your mobile wallet, you would also like a place to spend it. And to have a place to spend it, we need to provide tools to merchants ranging from individuals who want to sell you a bicycle, say, who you know in your neighborhood, all the way to large stores and other commercial entities that could charge you in UR that you could pay out of your UR Money wallet. So we're building that right now, and we have a very, very exciting component that we have begun to build to add into the UrPay merchant solution, which we can't quite talk about yet, but we think you're very, very much going to love. So you should expect for UrPay not to be released in the next couple of weeks. It's probably going to be more like mid-summer, this summer, but we are working on it, and we look forward to introducing that to the world in the coming several weeks. All right, the next question is, what about the UR price in the next 6 months? How much can we expect? So obviously, as I always say, this period of growth for UR, as many, many new people are coming into the UR community, will be one where you see a lot of volatility in the price of UR. That's what we expect. We expect it to go up and down and up and down, because people don't know how to value it. They come in and so on. So I told you actually a few weeks ago that we were going to have an announcement about some features that will tend to increase the value of UR. So the first one of those was released today. That was this blocking of the send UR feature for new members of the community. And that will tend to increase the value of UR, we think, because it will give users a chance to get used to UR, to see the value of UR as it's in and of itself, and then to begin to see the benefits of growing their wallets. So that's one thing, but there are also some other features that we can't talk about quite yet. It's coming very soon, but not quite yet, that are going to support the price of UR moving forward. So I guess a good way to say this, or a good hint to our community, is, the time to the time to act, to refer people, and to get big bonuses is now. You want to. There's no better opportunity than right now at the beginning for generating lots and lots and lots and lots of referral bonuses. So I'm hopeful that either in 2 weeks from today or possibly in 4 weeks from today, I'm going to be able to give you the full details about what I mean by these cryptic statements so that you can count on it. But for everyone should understand what our position is at UR regarding the price and also the future of UR. So as you have seen and heard from us many, many times, what we are doing is we are creating a currency that can be useful, stable, and secure for people all around the world. And people are responding to that all around the world. And to do that, you have to create a community, create all of these tools so that people can interact and use the currency, like UrPay, for example, so that they can use it with merchants. UR and currencies in general are like other network effect phenomena. So what that means is that there are companies like Facebook, for example, or eBay, if you're familiar with that become more and more valuable the more users there are using it or interacting with it. And UR is the same way. So you should expect all of these things, some of the ones that I'm disclosing and some of them that I'm not telling you about quite yet, to push the price of UR up, we think, in general, over the coming several months. Now, I don't expect for it to not move up and down and up and down, and you see that every day. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see here. There is a question from Brazil. Please post the live summary on Twitter. Okay, I'm not sure what that's. Oh, maybe I don't know if that's asking about the price of UR or not. So we'll have to look for clarification on that question. Let's see. Okay, so there's a question from a user who says, "Hello, my account is not approved yet, even though I sent all the information. I call the website number, but my problem is not solved yet." So just so you know, if you have that kind of issue and you feel stuck, remember that you can always post your ticket number on Slack, meaning your help desk ticket number, and go directly through the help desk. So check out Slack and also our website to learn how you can report these customer service issues going forward. All right, let's see. Olafemi says, after these sending restrictions, will there be another restriction? So that's a really good question. He's saying, hey, when are we going to be able to convert our UR to other currencies, or when are we going to be able to send it freely outside the network? So right now, our plan is a two-step plan. We are, during this 90-day period, we are going to be implementing some changes to the UR Money app that include reputation systems. So if you've used other apps out there, you might know that you get a reputation, a star rating, or some kind of rating based on your activity, based on your behavior inside the community, based on the way other users, how helpful you are to other users, and so forth. So we're going to be ironing out all of these criteria, and those ratings will be important tools that help determine, which people inside of the app are able to do different things. And we're also going to use the rating system to encourage the type of behavior that supports the long-term stability, usefulness, and integrity and security of UR as a currency. All right, let's see what about the next question here. Okay, a question about Indonesia. So as you may know, a few countries were banned from the outset about 3 weeks ago because of a high level of fraudulent attempts that were inundating, swarming our system and keeping us from being able to address legitimate signups. Those countries include Indonesia, Russia, Vietnam, and probably one or two that I'm forgetting right now. So we do not have an announcement quite yet today when those will be opened back up, but we feel that we are getting close to being able to open at least one or two of those countries back up now, especially that we have the Send UR feature, this 90-day wait period, because we think that will dissuade fraudulent users from attempting to sign up and dump their UR really quickly. Okay, so we hope to have an announcement about that soon. I don't have one for you right now. Let's see here. We have a user from Pakistan saying, I appreciate the ur dev teamwork. Keep it up, Eiland. So I appreciate that comment. We are working very, very hard to listen to you and to incorporate the features that you want and that you need to build your ur wallet and to make it something really, really useful for our community and for your life. So we really appreciate you as well, and also this great working partnership that we have with our users, especially our leading users on the Slack channel. Okay, so there's a user who says, my account was approved at first and is now disabled. So that can happen. Your account can be disabled, especially if the system detects some type of fraudulent activity. Now, if you feel that if your account has been disabled and you feel that it is an error, then the thing for you to do is to contact customer service. But more than likely, what we found is that those users who've been disabled have been disabled legitimately. And if that's true, you'll have at least a long wait before you can get back into the community and continue to earn ur. And that's just the way it goes. So we will continue to reward behavior that supports the community, and we'll continue to punish in any way we can that type of behavior that is harmful for the ur community, because otherwise we won't be able to meet our mission, which is to create a valuable currency for all people. All right, let's see. Christine is asking, when are we getting the app in Turkey? So that is my understanding is you do have access to the app in Turkey. I've seen several applicants from Turkey myself. So you might check and make sure, Christine, that you are using it correctly, that you have a referral code. If you have any questions, you can join the Slack. And there are many ur community members who are there ready to help you, and they will provide you with a referral code if you don't have one. But you should be able to get on to the system now. All right, let's see. Will there be an automatic verification process soon? Okay, so the verification process for all new users over the last few weeks has included a manual review. That means a human being has to look at every single one of these applications that comes into ur.technology. And we have a staff now who is working on this around the clock, 24 hours, 7 days a week, to make sure that we get your new users approved as quickly as we possibly can. I've already talked about some ways that you can help us to improve that, but I also want to let you know that there is a technological roadmap that we have. So we have very specific development plans, and what we'll be doing over the next several weeks is every couple of weeks we will be launching new features. Many of these are on the back end and you will not see them, but that allow more and more of this ID verification process to be automated. Right now, there's a certain amount of it automated, but ultimately we're aiming for a fully automated system. So you will see that, and you may already have begun to see that the speed with which new applications are approved has increased dramatically, and you should see that continuing into the near future. Okay, let's see. Christine says, there are so many cryptocurrencies striving to take over Bitcoin or be the second Bitcoin. What is the assurance that ur money will be the next Bitcoin or take over Bitcoin? So Christine, I don't think ur will ever take over Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not really a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is it's what's generally called a cryptocurrency, but it's not a true currency because people don't use it as a currency. And they don't use it as a currency for a few reasons. I think the way to think about Bitcoin is not as a digital dollar, for example, but rather digital gold. And people are using Bitcoin to speculate. They're also using it to hedge against inflation in their own local currencies, and for other things, the same things they would use gold for. The only thing you can't use gold, BTC for, is to wear it around your neck as jewelry. But as far as a store of value, that's very much what it is. There is no true cryptocurrency right now, in our opinion. And there's no true cryptocurrency right now because only 0.07% of 1% of the 4 billion people who have internet access have cryptocurrency. So that's basically 0 people, 0% really of people have cryptocurrency. It's very, very few people in the world. And if you don't have people who have this currency in their pockets, able to use it easily, you don't really have a currency. So what UR is trying to do is to become a currency. And to do that, we have to have a method of getting UR into the hands of everyone around the globe. And that's why we have the incentive system that we have, so that when someone signs up for UR, it costs them nothing. They can sign up for free as long as they have access to the internet. They also can get UR for free. And then, of course, we pay through referral bonuses users who refer and educate others. So the whole reason that we're doing this, the whole reason behind UR is to create the world's first true universal cryptocurrency. And that means something that everyone has that they can use to pay for their day-to-day items. So I hope that answers your question. So we don't need to, we're not in a competition with Bitcoin, if that makes sense. We're not competing with Bitcoin at all. The success of Bitcoin actually contributes to the success of UR and vice versa. All right. So let's see here. Next, Chigozi asks, can you provide us with a simplified instruction on how to mine UR? Not every member of the community is techie enough to understand how to mine UR. An app similar to Minersgate Miner would be cool. Okay, so if you would go, Chigozi, to the UR Money Slack, you can join that. You can see the link on our website. There are different groups and channels inside the Slack of users who are discussing mining in the very, very techie way, and also in these less techie ways. There are mining pools for UR that you can join, and there are also other ways that you can mine UR without even contributing computing power to a mining pool. So please go and check that out on Slack. All right. Let's see what about the next question. Sophila asks, because his country ID card is in his native language of Urdu, would it be accepted? Yes, it is. So there are some alphabets, like the Cyrillic alphabet, for example, and others around the world that are not using Roman or Latinized characters like English does. And that's okay. You can submit those as long as they are official government issued IDs that are among those listed on the app. That's perfectly fine. All right. Let's see here. Any intention for getting UR on another exchange other than Cryptopia? Yes, we want to have UR on every single exchange that exists around the world. And as we develop and grow bigger, we think that will just happen automatically. We have been in communication with some other exchanges, and we have plans to go on the other exchanges, but it really comes down to daily volume more than anything else. And so while UR has historically been, at different times, the highest volume trader on Cryptopia, it's not always the highest volume. And so just be on the lookout for that, for UR to be added to more exchanges in the months to come. In the meantime, remember, we're at the very, very early stages. If you're listening to this webinar right now, you have a very unique opportunity to be one of the pioneers in the UR community, and also to generate a lot of this currency for yourself and for your family. So we urge everybody to focus on that for the time being, and just to know that we'll be adding all of these additional features, the UR Pay merchant solution, and also working to get UR traded on more exchanges, because all of these things serve the primary mission of ur.technology, which is to make UR stable, useful, and secure for our users all around the world. All right, let's see here. Lots of questions coming in. Thank you very much for all of your questions. Let's see, the next one says, I contacted the support, but I can't get any help, and I called the website number, and I can't get support. I see this is coming from the, okay, so this is coming from a user. This is the same user who was asking before about having his account suspended. So yes, so if you have had your account suspended, we're not going to be able to answer the telephone calls for sure. You'll have to go through the customer support route. So if the best way to do this is to conform to to the very generous rules that we have as a member of the ur community, and that way you won't be suspended. But getting suspended for a legitimate reason and then contacting us incessantly about that is not really going to help. If you've been suspended for a legitimate reason, you are suspended. That's all there is to it. So let's see what the next question is. So Christine asks about a person that she referred using a diplomatic passport that was rejected. So if you have anything like that where you say, hey, this is a legitimate document, it's been rejected by ur.technology, please contact us at support and let us know about that. And if you can, include pictures of the document or the ticket number of the original customer service ticket that you use so that we can research that for you. All right. So let's see what else here. Simplified instruction, okay. All right, can ur members, someone asked, this is a great question. Can ur members transfer ur to one another? Yes, you can transfer ur to one another. You can send ur, you can buy goods with ur from other ur members. You can exchange ur with someone else for your local fiat currency if you like. You can do anything that you want to with the ur inside of the ur money network. So any other user who has the ur money wallet can exchange freely back and forth with you, no problem. The next question is, why are some referral spaces left on web wallet? Okay, I don't really understand that question exactly. So we'll have to get some clarification on that one. All right, Roman, how are we looking? Are we, and John, if you're there, do you have anything that you'd like to add that I've skipped over? We can't hear you, John, or I can't. Can't hear you. Okay. All right. All right. We've got a couple other questions that are coming in now. Oh, I see. All right. So we have a request from Brazil to post a summary of, I don't know if it's a summary of this meeting or if it's a summary of the price and so forth onto Twitter, because they can translate it and get it out in Portuguese to their users in Brazil. So please clarify that for us if you need what you need us to post on Twitter for you so that we can help you get it out to your users there in Brazil. All right. It looks like we are at 40 minutes, which is what we were shooting for. So I think I'll start to wrap that up now. Again, we'll be back here in 2 weeks from today with another webinar and with more announcements on updates to the ur Money app and other ways for you to be more successful in getting ur out to your friends and getting a bigger wallet for yourself. Thank you again for all of your help and getting new members and helping to educate them and help them through the process of signing up for ur Money. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.